Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Julie and today we have a to-do list to get done. I have several things that I need to put on my list and get accomplished today. I've already done a few things. I've already done my workout this morning. I've already had coffee and just a few things like that that are just kind of a routine for me anyway, that I don't need to really put down on my to-do list. But there are things that I like to make a list for, and those may be things that I just do not do naturally every day. So I do try to make a list daily, if not daily, at least every other day or every few days, of things that I just want to get done, and I find it easier to check them off. So let me show y'all. So normally I just have a little brown notebook and that's what I use. I was looking through my desk drawer and remembered that I had bought this, I think at Ross, either at Ross or TJ Maxx, months ago. I don't know. I'll try to look and see if I can find something very similar to this on Amazon in case you're interested. But I just think it is so funny that I always talk to y'all about doing a to-do list, and I'm actually making videos now on Tuesdays that's called To-Do List Tuesday, and I have this in my drawer. It's just like this little notepad here, and you can see it has the little perforated lines up here where you can tear this off if you wanted to. And this is just what it looks like. I think this is so neat. So this is what I'm gonna put my to-do list on today. And I love that the first thing that it says is, what are you grateful for? It says, I'm grateful for. And honestly, with the events of the world going on right now, I'm going to put that I am extremely grateful right now for electricity and running water. Okay, I've tried to prop y'all up. I know my hand will get in the way at times, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put the date on here. Can y'all believe that it is October? I cannot. Okay, and then right here it says top priorities, and my top priorities today are honestly making a meal plan. And I'll share that with y'all too, the meal plan, because I know that some people kind of like that. It gives them ideas and different things like that for supper. And then ordering my groceries. So I need to make a Walmart delivery order. So what I'm trying to do here lately is look on Pinterest and try to come up with at least like 3 new or different or want to try type recipes and print those off. So last week I did that, and then this week I'm gonna do it as well. And that just kind of helps, because normally I'm like, okay, we'll have spaghetti, we'll have tacos, we'll have hamburger, and I just have a very basic and plain menu if I don't try to think outside of that box a little bit and just come up with some different recipes. Last week we did the fried rice, and y'all, it was so good. We did the fried rice, and I can't remember, we did a couple, oh, the KFC bowls. That was so easy, and my family loved that. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I wanna browse Pinterest just a little bit, and then I will make a meal plan kind of based off of that, and then I will order groceries. So anyway, back to the list. Okay, so making a meal plan is one of my top priorities, and ordering groceries. Next on my list of top priorities today is going to be cleaning out my microwave. Oh, it is so gross. I don't know how this happens so fast. We definitely use our microwave, and we do try to, you know, cover it and so it don't splatter and all the things. It just gets so nasty. So definitely want to put clean microwave. Top 3 things that I really want to get done today. So then I'm just going to put down some of the rest of my to-dos, and then it has like appointment / meeting over here, and I do have a couple of people that I need to call today. I have a contractor that I need to call back today about giving me a quote on 2 separate projects in my house. And then we also have a little storage shed out on our property that we want moved from one side of the property to the other. So because my husband wants to run electricity to just one spot. So anyway, so I need to put down here to call both of those contractors. So that I do like having that. And then it has over here like special days, I guess if there's a birthdays or different things like that. And then it has this whole notes section. I really like this little thing here. So let's put down the rest of our to-do. I got the microwave. Let's see. Oh, and there's, I want to put on my vanity that I moved to my bedroom. It's missing knobs on both top drawers. I found 2 knobs that went on an old sewing machine, and I'm going to see if they will fit on those drawers. So I'm just going to put knobs on vanity, and I will know what that means. That's just something that I keep forgetting to do, and unless it's on my list, I'm going to keep forgetting to do it. So I definitely want to try to do that, because I'm having to like go underneath those drawers and pop that top one to pull it out. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do there. I also need to do a little bit of research and possibly order an external hard drive and another SD card. So I'm definitely going to put on here research, order SD, and I will know what that means. But again, I keep telling myself to do that, and because it's not been on a list, it just keeps getting forgot about. So also I'm just going to put down call guy about shed, and then I'm going to put call guy about my ceiling and doors. So I'm trying to get a bid on having my ceiling sheetrocked and having all new doors and door frames and all of that put throughout the house. So I need to get a couple of bids on those things. Okay, so that is all that I'm putting on my to-do list. Now, just because I don't have everything on my to-do list that I would do in a normal day doesn't mean that I don't do them, like dishes, and sometimes I'll put laundry and dishes on there just so that I can check them off. It makes me feel good. But most days on my to-do list, I do not put those things, like making my bed. I just generally do that every day out of habit. And like I said, some days I will put it on there, especially if I am not feeling motivated at all. I will put those things on there, but most days I do not. And today, I've already done all of those things, so I'm not putting them on my list today. So I have a very kind of a short list in my opinion, but I don't know about y'all, but making a meal plan, ordering groceries, even though I do have the luxury of just doing those things, sitting here at my desk and without ever even leaving my house, it is kind of time consuming. And then kind of doing some of that research for the hard drive and all that different stuff, it can take a little bit of a minute. And then also, I did add on my list, but y'all did not see that. I did that when I was switching the camera around, is I want to prep dinner. So tonight we are having beef stir fry for supper, and I want to get all of that stuff prepped so that when it is time to cook, all I have to do is pull that stuff out of the refrigerator or take the lid off of it if it's a seasoning or a spice or something like that, and just get it all thrown in and cooked in the pan. So I did put on here to prep dinner. A lot of times if I can do that throughout the day without waiting until supper time to do all the prep and everything, that's what I will do. A lot of times you will hear me say on my to-do list Tuesdays, prep dinner, because I like to have it prep. Like tonight I have to cut up a bunch of meat and onion and different things like that. And I just want it to be ready for when I do go in there to cook supper. All I have to do is just either put it in the pan or put it in the oven without all the prep work involved. So first thing we're gonna do is make our meal plan. So I start making my meal plan by just kind of thinking about or asking the family, what does everybody want to eat this week? And I've already done that, you know, with my husband, and sometimes I just write this down in my little notebook. But also while I was going through that drawer in my desk, I found my weekly meal planner here that I've had this for a long time. I'm about to get better with using it because I do love it. I mean, I do have several pages filled up, so let me find one that's empty. And I did get this off of Amazon, and I do really like this. So what I like is that each page, it's just called this, weekly meal planner. Like I said, I got this on Amazon, and I can link this for y'all. But it just has this, like up here it will say like delish, or just random things like that. Like this one says nom nom nom. I mean, they'll just say different little things on here, but everything is pretty much laid out the same. So you will have over here listed, you know, the different days, and it gives you plenty of lines and different things. And what I do is I do write a different meal down on different days, but that does not always mean that we have to eat that meal on that day. So I just want to make sure I have 7 meals down there, and then we can eat them on whatever day. Like I can look at this and say, oh, this is what we have left. And the reason I say this is what we have left is because I grocery shop and make sure that I have the ingredients for most of those meals. So if I had spaghetti, say for Monday, and we ate that, within the next week I will know if we want to have spaghetti again, Well, it's marked through from the week prior, and I know that I don't have enough ingredients to fix that. I mean, I really do, because I kind of stockpile, but I'm just trying to give you an example. It may be written down on Monday, but we may not eat it until Thursday, if that makes sense. And then I do like over here, I don't really use these spots right here for me, but lunch ideas especially are good for me for my husband, because I do ask him, is there anything you want me to get you at the grocery store to go in your lunches, for your lunches or anything like that? And he did tell me some things last night that he wanted. And I do love that over here it has this little shopping list part. So when I look at my meal plan, after I have my meal plan, then I can go along and start writing down things that I know I need. By getting up, I go look in my pantry, look in my refrigerator, just making sure that the meals I have planned, that I actually have what ingredients I do have for it, and then what do I need to buy at the store for it. And I'll just write it on here and then just do my Walmart order based off of this shopping list here. Of course, I have to add things like milk and bananas and different things like that that we just eat every week. You get the idea. So anyway, let's do this meal plan real quick. Okay, and I have been wanting this Alice Springs chicken from Outback for a very long time. That's usually what I order if we go to Outback Steakhouse, but I can promise y'all that it has probably been 5 years or more since we've been to an Outback Steakhouse. We didn't have the best experience the last time we went, so we haven't been back. And I always think about that chicken that I love from there. So I really want to try to make that. So I'm going to just kind of scroll through here and see. That's just kind of what I do. I like to browse through Pinterest, or I like the hard copy cookbooks better than anything, but if I know I'm looking for something specific like Alice Springs chicken, then I will go to Pinterest, because I know that I can just type that in and it will pull it up. And I see I also pulled up a stir fry recipe. That's what we're having tonight. This is the first thing I do. If it's a meal that I know that I really want to try, I will try to come see if I can find it on Pinterest, because I can narrow it down and really look for it here. Or I will look through cookbooks and just get inspiration that way, different things like that. So it has been a few minutes since I looked on Pinterest and kind of did a little bit of research. So I know that I want to try this Alice Spring chicken. I know that I want to try that. I know I want to have shrimp tacos. I love shrimp tacos. So I'm also going to make, my daughter Kelsey has a YouTube channel too, and she showed a recipe for Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. And so I want to try those one night. She said that those are so good. I want to have lasagna one night. I try to do, like I thought about doing just spaghetti, but I really think that I want to do lasagna one night. And then I like to keep things, you know, simple. So I want to have an easy night. So we will just have burgers one night. And I usually like to do that on Friday. And then we will have a leftover night. And then a takeout night. Again, we do not necessarily eat these on the days that they're listed here. Like Monday we might not have Alice Spring chicken. We might have that on Thursday. But after we do eat it, I will mark it off. So I will know that, you know, we've used the ingredients for that. And now that I have my meal plan over here, then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get the recipes that I printed. Like I did print the recipe for this Alice Springs chicken, and I'll try to have this linked down below. It's from Aliona's Cooking. I don't know if that's her website or what, but I'll try to go back and find it and have it linked for y'all. But here, I like how she has it. The ingredients are listed, and I can just look at this and know I have chicken breast because I buy that in bulk. I need bacon. I know for a fact that I am out of bacon, so I need to go ahead and write that on my list. And then 2 cups of Monterey Jack cheese. I honestly think that I have some of this in the freezer, but I'm not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is just put an M, and I know what that stands for. Jack cheese. And what I'll do is when I'm unsure, like so I don't have to just keep getting up and down, I put a question mark by it. And then I take this with me and I go looking to see if I have Monterey Jack cheese or if I have enough. And if I do, I just go ahead and draw a line through it so I know not to order that. But I just put a question mark if I am unsure. And I do know that I have honey, I have mayonnaise, but I do not have stone ground mustard. So I'm going to write that down because I know that I'm going to need that. And that's just kind of how I do it. I mean, there are certain things that I will just have a running list for that we just need. Like we need some cat litter, we need, like I said, milk and bread and just different things like that that we usually have to add to our list weekly anyway. I will go ahead and write some of, I will go ahead and write those things over here. But the things that go with the recipes for the week, I try to list them on the left side and get done with that part. And then I go over here and write the things that we just need, you know, general groceries, breakfasty things, just stuff like that, and maybe bathroom items or whatever. So that's how I try to do it. I even try to list it like that when I make a list in my notebook, not just because I'm using this. That's just how I do it. So what I like to do also, like with this Alice Spring chicken, I like to go ahead and write down whatever sides I think we're gonna have. And we're gonna have sweet potatoes with these, and I actually have sweet potatoes already, so I don't need those. I already have the shrimp for shrimp tacos, and I like to order the pico that's already put together. So I will go ahead and put that over here like pico. And then I have limes. I like to have limes with my shrimp tacos. I need to go ahead and order some fresh avocados because I like to have those cut up to eat with that. This is just how I go about making my meal plan and my grocery list. I'm not going to pain y'all and make you sit here and watch me do the whole thing, but that's just kind of my process. And I thought it would just be fun for y'all to see what we're having on our menu for the next week. And maybe it'll give you some ideas as well. Okay, so well, I say a couple hours, almost a couple hours. So it's probably been about an hour and a half. And what I have done is I have made my meal plan. I guess we'll put a check mark. I like to mark through things. I have ordered my groceries. I did that. What else did I do? Oh, I did call both of these people. I've had to leave messages again, so I'm probably on my to-do list again tomorrow. Let's see, and that's all I've done. So I need to clean this microwave, put the knobs on the vanity, and I still need to research for a hard drive, an external hard drive, and order an SD card. I still need to prep supper. So I think what we will go do now is clean this nasty microwave, get that cleaned up, and then while I'm in there, already in the kitchen doing something, I can go ahead and prep supper. And then we will probably do the knobs on the vanity, and later on tonight after supper, cleaning and everything is probably when I will research for this hard drive and stuff. But let's go get this microwave clean real quick. I say real quick. Let's just go get this microwave clean. Well, I am going to give y'all a before shot of this microwave, but I do want to show you what I'm going to use to clean it. So all I'm going to do is take, you know, make sure that you have a microwave safe. I say like a coffee cup, a mason jar, or something like that. I'm just going to use this one because it has a pretty big wide mouth on it. And I'm going to fill it full of hot water and like a couple of splashes of this distilled white vinegar. And then I just put it in the microwave on high for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then let it sit in there for 3 or 4 more minutes if you can, to let the steam from that coffee cup get all over in the microwave and loosen things up so it's easier to clean. And then the white vinegar is just a natural cleaning agent anyway, so you can just kind of wipe it out after you're done. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this, I'll just fill it up kind of like that. And then I'm just going to put, let's see, let me get that little safety band thing off of it here. And I'm just going to put like a couple of splashes of the vinegar. Okay, and I know that this is disgusting, but it happens to everyone. I have all of this dried on, caked on. Ooh, can't believe I'm showing y'all that. But this is real life, you know. We cook and all the things happen here, and we have kids in and out all the time. So there's just lots of stuck on stuff. And so I need to get that. I mean, we have one of these. We usually keep a paper towel or something down, and it is literally stuck to that plate. So I'm gonna do the cup in here first, and then I'll pull all of this out and wash it in a minute. Let's just go ahead and get the coffee cup in there. I mean, you can see even in the top here, there is stuff just stuck. I don't even know. Somebody must have. Could have been me. I keep saying somebody. It could have been me. But anyway, I'm gonna do that for 4 minutes and just let that go. And even when it stops, don't get it out. Let it just sit in there for another 4 to 5 minutes, and all that steam will, you'll see, I'll show you. It will loosen that stuff up and make it so much easier to wipe off. Okay, well, we got the meat kind of ready, which it was all pretty much ready, but look how easy. This has probably been sitting in here, I don't know, 5-7 minutes. But now, you see how that paper towel will just come off? It's still steaming, so I'm gonna give it just a couple more minutes. I will continue to prep. As you can see, I've pretty much got a lot of the ingredients that I'm going to need out for tonight's dinner. I'm gonna go look and see if there's anything else that I should have out real quick. Alright, so it says we need olive oil, which I haven't got that out yet. Let me get the olive oil out. So here's my olive oil. We need the steak, the onion. Right here it says sliced, but I just went ahead and chopped it up. Now it does call for 2 cups of broccoli, but I only have frozen broccoli. I don't have any fresh broccoli until I get my Walmart order in, but I always usually keep frozen broccoli. So I'm just going to use that tonight. So I'll go pull that out of the freezer at the very end, because it will not take that frozen broccoli very long at all to just warm up in there. And it does call for 1 red bell pepper, but we do not, excuse me, I cannot talk. We do not like bell peppers pretty much at all, so I'm not going to put those in there. It calls for low sodium soy sauce. I will be using liquid aminos. It calls for water, which we have right here by the sink. Honey. It calls for fresh ginger. I don't have fresh ginger, so I'm just going to use a pinch of this little ground ginger. It calls for 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to cheat and just use this minced garlic. It calls for apple cider vinegar or rice vinegar. Well, I don't have rice vinegar, but I do have apple cider vinegar. It calls for crushed red pepper flakes, but I'm not going to put those in there because I don't really want it to be hot spicy like that. My husband won't hardly eat it if it's too hot. And then it calls for 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're going to go ahead and get the pan out. And that way, as soon as we get finished cleaning this microwave, all of my stuff will be ready to get going in the skillet. And so because we are getting later in the afternoon now, I'm going to go ahead and probably cook this stuff. But normally if this was just, you know, right after lunch or 1 or 2 o'clock when I was getting the onion and the meat and all ready, I would not just leave that sitting out here on the counter. I would go ahead and put that back in the refrigerator until I was ready to actually use it. But since we're getting close, I'm just going to leave all of that out, get this microwave cleaned so I can mark that off of my to-do list, and then start supper. So I've prepped supper so I can mark that off my list. But we're going to clean the microwave before we go back to my office to mark those 2 things off. And it just wipes right off. As you can see. Maybe you can see that little food there. But it wipes off so much easier if you do that trick with... And if you don't have vinegar, then just do it with water. It'll still work with just letting the water, you know, loosen that stuff up. Yeah, like look at all the food stuff on that wash rag. I might not be able to see it, but ugh. Definitely makes it much easier. And again, like I said, if you don't have vinegar, just do it with water. Like the water will definitely help loosen up any stuck on food in there and make it very easy for you to wipe off. Now I like to take this tray while it's still dirty and I will hold it underneath here so that when I wipe some of these crumbs, I can just wipe them out onto that, since I'm going to clean this anyway. So we have now cleaned the microwave, and I have prepped supper, and I need to put the knobs on the vanity, but I'm gonna go ahead, it's not on the list, but I think I will go ahead and share our supper with y'all. So let's go back in the kitchen and get all of that going. I'll show you that recipe, and then while we're kind of letting that either simmer or just sit on the stove and soak up all the goodness, we'll go put those knobs on. Put these little knobs right here on the top drawers of my vanity. I pulled these off of an old sewing machine that I had, and I have 2 of these, and I'm missing 2 knobs on the top drawers of that vanity. But here was my dilemma. I did not have the right size screws to fit those, and so I've had to dig through all of this. I have found 2 here that might work. So let me go show y'all what exactly I'm talking about back here. Okay, so hopefully you can see right here and on the other side over there, both of these top drawers are missing the knobs. Here's what the original knobs look like, and I cannot find them anywhere. And I also need to tighten these up. But what I have to do in order to open these top drawers currently is I have to open this drawer, and then I take my hand and I put it in here, and I like push up to get this drawer open. So I am tired of doing that. So let me go ahead and see about tightening the screw up on this one real quick. I mean, not the screw, tightening, well I guess so, or the knob. So I'm gonna just put the screwdriver in there. Okay, I had to go get a different screwdriver because this original hardware normally always takes like a flathead screwdriver. So get this tightened up real quick. And this one on the very bottom needs tightened up as well. So let's just do that while we got the tools out. I'm going to take one of these screws, put it through this hole, and see if this is going to be too long of a screw. I think it probably will, but we're going to see. Now my screw is just a little too long, so let me go back in there and do some more shopping. I'll take this one for reference. I thought it might be a little too big, but I wasn't sure, so I'm going to try it anyway. Well, I'm going to see how this other one, see if it's any shorter. They are 2 different ones. Let's see. This one might work, this silver one. Let me try it. Oh, I think that one's going to be perfect. Yep, I need to go find another one just like that. Oh, wrong screwdriver, it's still in the drawer. Yes, okay. Let me go see if I can find another screw. I'm going to take this one for reference. It needs to be a little bit shorter than this one. So I found another screw that I think might work. So let's just see if it's long enough. I think it's going to be perfect, honestly. Well, I don't know. I don't know if my screw's even going to go in there. I brought a couple backups just in case. Okay, well maybe that other one isn't going to work, but this one might. So let's see. I'm not left-handed, so this is kind of... Oh, I think this is going to work. Yeah. Alright, let me get this screwdriver in here so I can get it good and tight. Feels so good to have that done. And you really can't even tell that they don't belong there. All fixed. Okay, so something else I can mark off my list is this knobs on vanity. Done. Something else complete that I've been putting off forever, but there's just something about having it on a list. Now the only thing that I have left on my list to do is research for a hard drive and order an SD card. I will do that after we eat and I clean up and get a shower and all that. I'll kind of come back in here, straighten up my desk from the day, and I'll sit down and do that because I'll probably need to do a little bit of editing and stuff later anyway. But I am happy with the few things that I had on my to-do list to do that I've been putting off for a while. So anyway, let me know, what do you have on your to-do list? What do you have that you need to do that you just keep procrastinating? And if you put it on a list, does it help you to get it done as well? I know it does me. And the 2 guys that I called, the 2 contractors, I never heard back from them. Story of my life. So I will have to put that on my list tomorrow to hear back from them. But we're about to eat supper together and then just get ready for the evening to relax and kind of wind down. So we hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and we'll see you really soon with a brand new video.